Hi, my name is Beth Treat. I am new to the F to M Sweethearts video blog. So I want to start off a little intro to me. I am a nanny and I live in Sacramento, California with my partner, Judah. We've been together 3 years. And he came out about 6 months ago. And we'll be starting testosterone next month. So I don't know that my answers to some of these will be quite the same because the process has been slightly different for me than maybe for others. I hope that my thoughts will help you guys, and I know that I'm filling Kristen's old spot, so I got some big shoes to fill, and I'm definitely not nearly as awesome as she is, so I hope you guys will enjoy me, but I hope it's a little bit different in my own way. So this week's topic, it's Sunday, and I have 2 videos that I haven't posted from technical difficulties, but this is the first week that I've been able to upload a video. So the topic this week is about the grieving process that you go through when your partner transitions. Now for me, this is a little bit different kind of thing because Jude and I have been together 3 years, and there has always been a strong aspect of our relationship that made him very masculine. So there's not a lot of things that are changing in a lot of the aspects before, as far as like gender role issues and things like that. And so for me, some of the things that I think of when I think about this is that like not necessarily grieving, but I think about change, and change being scary, and change being a fearful thing, and so I'm not necessarily grieving those things. I'm more just filled with like a nervousness about the changes that are happening now and that are going to happen once we start testosterone. The things that took some getting used to was the binding. Before I was kind of a boob person, so there isn't really boobs, and eventually they will be totally gone, but not necessarily grieving that. Judah was never a big fan of his boobs, so I guess that's not like a thing. Some of the things that other than that I've gone through have been not about physical things. I think the things I worry about and I'm fearful of in the change process are more along the lines of characteristic speaking. I worry that maybe he will become less sensitive as the testosterone kicks in, more prone to be angry, because currently and in the past Judah has always been an incredibly sensitive and level-headed and calm and like soothing person, and he's always very thoughtful, and he's always very concerned about my well-being, and he always puts me first. And so along with the tea, there's a lot of turmoil that's going to be going on, and I think the biggest thing that I fear that I would grieve was if that sensitivity or that gentleness or that calming sense that he has for me was to maybe dissipate a little bit, or to not be nearly as strong, especially since I rely on him for that. I'm a very up and down, strongly emotional person, so I heavily rely upon the calm and the kind of like the barrier, the reef between the storm and the lighthouse. And I am definitely the storm. So I rely heavily upon that, and that would be something I would grieve emotionally. Would be really hard for me. But as we haven't had any of that happen yet, it's not a major concern thus far. We have had a lot of other complications that have led in that I would grieve, as far as what financially the toll would take on us, and the things that we would not be able to do due to finances. And that is something that I would definitely grieve, would be that we wouldn't get to do some of the things that we would enjoy, or the thought that instead of looking for a house to buy, we would be saving up for top surgery. So all of those things are kind of non-physical for me. And as far as like the body goes, which I know a lot of people have grieved, Judah has looked very similar the entire time that we've been together, and it was always very manly, and he is very manly, and he's stocky, and he's, kind of a, one of those guys. So it wasn't like some huge change to have him be identifying masculinely, and aside from me totally messing up the pronouns, that it was a fairly smooth transition. So I know that's not terribly insightful. We haven't started testosterone, so maybe that process happens differently. I would assume that once that transition actually starts, that there is a lot of changes, and then maybe reflecting upon those would be much easier. But since I'm more of at the point where I'm looking forward to all of that, I don't necessarily have that sense of grief or loss yet. But that could happen, and I would definitely keep an eye out for that. I guess I have a slight opinion on it that I'll share. And I can say this because I've been with Judah several years before the coming out process, and I feel that that grieving physical losses would be healthy, but also at the same time, I think for me that if those were the things that were most important to me about him, that I would be concerned about our relationship. And so I kind of take pride in the fact that I don't grieve those things. Not that grieving those things are bad, or that having changes in the person you're with or in grieving them is a bad thing. I'm not trying to say that at all. Just more of, for me personally, those qualities are very changeable, especially I look at it from the way that someday I'm going to get old and fat and wrinkly and have lots of gray hair and be kind of ugly, and I would hope that he still finds me attractive even then. And now you see me, I'm not really all that glamorous because I'm in my pajamas and I don't really have a lot of makeup on and kind of scary looking. So, anyways, basically, that the physical features were far, like, way down on the list of things that were vitally important to me in a relationship. So those changing doesn't have a severe effect on me, versus like someone else might be very, very affected by those. And those people, I'm sure, would experience a lot more grief than probably what I am, because all of the characteristics and the things that I love about him are the same. So that's all I have. I hope that you guys have a great week. I hope this is a great start. Hope you have, for those in the USA, happy Veterans Weekend. And I will hopefully hear from all of you soon. Love you all. Hope you're supported and loved and encouraged. Bye.